Hey, Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here, but you can call me Pajama Grandma. In case we haven't met yet, go ahead and put hashtag pajama in the comments below so I know it's the first time you're being exposed to the Pajama Grandma. Today is day 355 of my journey to transition from the brick and mortar world, the world of what I like to think of as real businesses, manufacturing, retail sales, you know, the hardcore, I have a physical location for my business, and corporate America, to the online world of business. A couple of years ago, I found myself in a situation where I was transitioning out of my physical businesses, and I was like old, but not old enough to not do anything. So I had to find, what am I going to do next? And I'd always been attracted to the internet and the online world and the possibilities there, but I'd never really had the time or the energy to explore that interest. Well, I found that I had the time and the energy to explore that interest. And so for the past almost 2 years now, almost 2 years, I have been figuring out and learning and growing and trying to figure out how to do things online. Now, you're thinking, well, why aren't you a billionaire if you're, smart and you're supposed to be having these things all figured out? And I beat myself up about that for a lot. Why am I not more successful? And why am I not driving a Lamborghini? And why am I not creating this massive impact on the world yet? And I will say yet, because I think that my impact, I'm figuring out and learning about how do I have the impact that I want. And a lot of that has been, how do I decide what it is that I'm interested in? How do I get focused? How do I find what it is that I want to work on? And I'm not alone in that. I think that there's a lot of us entrepreneurs, people that want to have our own businesses, that really struggle with that, because we feel like we have all these different interests. We've done all these different things. And how do we pick just one? How do we pick just one thing to focus on? Now, excuse my throat, guys. Not supposed to say guys. Will you please excuse my throat? It's cloggy today. So it's hard. It's hard. I find that the people that I work with and that I coach have similar problems to me. Now, isn't that interesting that we attract people to help them with situations and challenges that we also happen to be having in our own lives and in our own challenges? One thing I found fascinating, when people are picking their ideal client avatar and the people they really want to work with, it almost always comes around to them picking people that have are beginning a journey that they themselves have gone through. At least I think that makes the best businesses and the best stories. Of course, that's my personal opinion, but I think that if you're going to teach people how to do something, then it ought to be something that you've done yourself. I think that's why Kaylin Poulin, the lady boss, is so successful. She lost 65 pounds. She became I can't remember what weight training thing she became, but she got awards for that. And now she just had a baby and is a mom. So she can personally relate and share her own stories with people and the stories of other people that are going through the same journey and the same transformation. And it's really, really powerful because she's been there, she's done that. She knows exactly what it feels like, and she can tap into the emotions of the people that are going through that same transformation and transition. We're the same way, but we don't always know it. And it takes us our own amount of time and our own journey to come to that realization. Now, are there people that are having really successful businesses in things that they've never been in the target audience? Well, of course, absolutely. But don't you get the feeling that those people and those businesses are kind of just superficial and they're just in it for the money? And do you want to do business with those businesses? I don't. I don't like to do businesses or any business with brands or businesses that are just 100% in it for the money. I struggle with that personally. And if I struggle with that personally, then I know other people do too. So, and that's just a personal choice or personal values or personal opinions, or maybe it's my own limiting belief, but that's my journey. It's my journey to figure out, which is part of what this little segment is all about, is me figuring out what works for me and what doesn't work for me, because that's what each of us ultimately have to do. Yep, we can buy other people's systems. We can have coaches and gurus, and we can read books, and we can listen to podcasts, and we can listen to webinars, and we can do all those things, and we can implement those things in our businesses. But until we actually make those things our own and they become a part of who we are and how we operate and how we do things and what we believe, they're just strategies and actions and tactics. And strategies and actions and tactics will get you a little progress, but they'll never get you the big progress, the big moves that you want, the supersizing your business, the impacting the world, the changing your life. Those things come from you understanding and implementing and actually internalizing and making different things your own. That's why you'll see some of the most successful people are students of past successful whatever it is they want to do. Like if you're an athlete and you want to be a professional athlete, then you study people that have been really successful in your particular genre. Say you're a tennis player, you study all the super successful tennis players. You do what they do, you think what they think, you create the habits that they have. It's the same thing with our businesses. If I want to start a successful online business, I need to study successful online business owners. What do they do? What do they think? What do they feel? What habits do they have? What actions do they take? But I can study that, I can see that, but that doesn't get me inside their head so that I really understand what they think. Now they write books and they share ideas, but they're still not sharing everything. Nobody shares everything because it's not possible for us to do. We try to, good God knows I share too much, but I'm sure stuff you don't even want to know half the time, but I still don't share everything. It's impossible to remember everything, to share everything, because we've always got a story going on in our head. We're always thinking. As much as we'd like to think we don't think, we're always thinking. We never turn our brain off. We never turn our subconscious off. It's always talking to us. It's always telling us. It's always narrating. It's always evaluating, judging, forming opinions, asking questions. And that's how we make things our own. So let me give you an example. Let's use the webinar example. Webinars are a really good way to share information, to train and coach and sell things, and to get people involved in your business or in your offering. So you have a course or a high ticket sales coaching program or something you want to bring people into. Well, a webinar is a great way to share information and bring people into your world. But and I will say Russell Brunson is the king of that. Russell Brunson and him along with Steve Larson, the two of them, I follow them because they do an amazing job. And Jason Fladian too. I mean, between those three, and there's probably a couple more people too, but they are absolute masters at that strategy, that technique. Now, I've studied all of them, but I still need to take that strategy and I need to make it my own. They do a wonderful job of saying, okay, these are the slides you should use. These are the closings you should use. These are the things you should say. This is why you should have 2 introductions. This is why you should do this. This is why you should do that. This is how long it should be. But you still need to take that strategy and make it fit what it is that you're trying to do and make it fit you and your personality. So, you know, when I follow their instructions, I end up with like a 2-hour webinar. Okay. I wouldn't even listen to myself talk for 2 hours. I get tired listening to myself talk and do a webinar for 2 hours. So I need to take that strategy and I need to make it mine. I have to put me into it, my personality, what makes me work, what makes me tick, the people that I want to do business with, and I have to incorporate all that into the strategy to make it my own. And once I make it my own, then I can own that strategy and I can create whatever I want with it. That's just one example, but we need to do that with absolutely everything in our businesses and everything in our lives. So today I was beating myself up a little bit about, well, I haven't been working on my business a ton. I'm in the process of making a physical home and office move, and I'm kind of a pack rat, so that means I have a lot of stuff that I've been collecting. And so I have to sort through and get rid of this stuff. You know, I'm 58, I'm going to be 59 in a couple of months, and that means I'm almost 60. So this is my chance to really downsize and get rid of the things that, you know, 80% of the things that I haven't been using for years, some of them. I mean, I have some stuff from my jobs in the 80s. Do I really need to keep quality management information from the 1980s? Yeah, I don't think so. I think that the internet's available now and the information is all available. So let's unload that stuff and let's focus on what really matters. So that is a huge project for a pack rat like me. And it's taking a lot more of my time than I ever anticipated it would. Now, could I hire somebody to come in and just move everything? Yes, but then I would still have it all. And at some point I would have to deal with it. Or when I croak, my children will have to deal with it. And frankly, after my dad died and my mom moving her and stuff, I don't want to do that to anyone on the planet. It's not fair to to make someone else deal with all of the things that I've collected in my lifetime. It's my responsibility. I'm going to take care of it now. So I am totally downsizing, but it's been a huge project, and it's taking away from, you know, I'm still meeting my commitments, but it's taking away from projects that I really want to light a fire under, like this women's summit. And I was beating myself up about not putting enough time into communicating with the women and lighting a fire under them to get those interviews done. So I promised myself I will do that today. I had technical difficulties yesterday, which always floors me that, and I know it's just the nature of the beast. We're always going to have hurdles. We're always going to have things that come up. We're always going to have challenges. But for some reason, technology, I just expect it to work. I want it to work. I want to turn on my computer. I want to go on the internet, and I want everything to work smoothly. And whenever I get cocky about that and I think, wow, things are going pretty good, something happens and I have a day like yesterday morning. And then I found out it wasn't me. One of my peers and friends, a lady I love, said, nope, I had to try to upload my video to LinkedIn 4 times yesterday. And I was like, okay, thank goodness, because I thought it was just me having technical struggles. And that's the things about challenges and problems. It's usually never just us having that difficulty. There's always, sometimes hundreds of thousands or millions of people having the same exact challenge or situation or feeling that we are. We just feel like we're all alone, even though we never are. So I'm going to stop beating myself up about what I'm not doing, and I'm going to appreciate all the progress that I'm making and the things that I am doing, and I will keep moving forward. And so some days I'll have a lot to say about what's going on with respect to going from offline to online business. Other days it'll be like this, where I just talk about things that are going on. And I want to share that I, like everybody else, I beat myself up about stuff. I judge myself still, even though I try not to, about that I should be further along, that I should have this done already. But if I should have it done already, then it would have been done. So there's obviously something blocking me that's preventing me from doing what I need to do, what I know I need to do, and taking those steps. So what is it? Well, that's my personal challenge to figure out and get past. That's my personal limiting belief or obstacle that I need to just say, okay, this is ridiculous. Let's move on. Let's get this done. All right, that's it. That's my meanderings for today. Go out, make it a fantastic day. Of course, I will be with you tomorrow. If you have any questions or thoughts about, transitioning from online to offline business, you can check out my Supersized Business page or my Supersized Business group on Facebook. And you can also find me pretty much anywhere as either Pajama Grandma, Sharon Horne-Ellstrom, or Supersize Your Business. I'm on most every social media platform that I have any connection to and can share on. But I would say LinkedIn is my favorite right now. Facebook is where I make my videos because they have the technology like this that I can do it. And then I share all of this on my podcast, all of this on I actually have a blog, which I haven't looked at, but it does get shared there automatically. And I like to write, so I should be doing more writing, but with my eyes and my vision and doing everything with the magnifying glass, it's very challenging for me to write without having somebody to edit absolutely everything. I mean, I honestly should have somebody that edits everything I try to do, and I'm working toward that, but I don't have that. I mean, I need like a personal assistant to follow me around and, edit my texts, make posts for me. I can just tell them what to say and they could post them. Or maybe I just need to start using the voice activated stuff and actually training it to my voice so that it works better. But that's it. If I can help you in any way, shape, or form, go ahead, put in the comments below or direct message me. And I'll, of course, be with you tomorrow. Bye. Have a fantastic day.